alnaal baadi maalam nee na jëli sus
dama ne ba olof di wax na lii kañ la ñaar fukki fan atuyee ca Gambia yini ci njàppandal ak dimbale ab Laay Mbay ma nekk Sweden yan daanaan ñoo cee nekk Jali Maxtaar Jeng mi nga xamante ni ñëpp xam nañ ko ci wàlli xalam Faya Ngom mi nga xamante ni ci wàlli baat bu neex ba ñëpp xam nañ ko Jali Neene Suusoo Ami Soose ca wàlli ngoyaan Ami Caam Jali Ansu ca wàlli balafon dama ni ñii ñëpp dinañ nekk ci programme bi pour jàppale leen mbaam gàttan nag waaye ci jur gi la bokk kon gestu suñ daanaan yi ndax ba nga xamante ni corona gi ne na salaamaaleykum ba léegi liggéey yu ñu ngi toog te amuñ xëy kon lii moo tax ñuy leen a indil programme bi muy virtual fundraising programme di amee online ñu ngi cee oo nag képp koo xamante ne Gambian nga pour nga jàpp ci lii di ci oo garmi ñeeg gor ñeeg géer ñi ñëpp ñu ngi leen ci oo ñu ngi cee oo Fatou Menga Mboro ca Nottingham di ci oo Yakomba Koytala ca London ñu ngi cee oo Asi Camara ca Sweden di ci oo Ayda Ndiaye mu Daado Sila di ci oo Aysatu Haydara mu Moro Balde ca Manchester oo ci Hadi Konte Sweden oo ci Bada Diop Sweden di ci oo Mami Jeen Ndour America ñu ngi cee oo Ayda Malik Mbay ca Leicester kon yéen ñëpp ñu ngi leen a oo programme bi seen programme la
la ilallah sangay baram la ilallah la ilallah la ilallah la ilallah tijan fasaiqi qadamu mighwani wadun fa minhu a'lani wa a'lul minhu aqrani wa qawli la bilhani مكس السيق في سار سنينا مقبلا للإله ذاك الإماء سيختجان خيبة تربة صفوني لك أزكى تسليم طول الليالي ليس يروي قلب المعبد واتا في رقد في تربيك المتالي
waa Baye Show fii ci Gambien Talents TV dañu ko isil chaque ajuma ñetti waxtu ba ñeenti waxtu
ولوف الخلق مالوف الناس سبي الله برهما ولوف الخلق مالوف الناس سبي الله برهما لا أنت ليسن من كل مقوس القوس برهما كولك لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله
yaa Faatu's Guest House yaa Faatu's Guest House dama ne jox leen ma seen noppay yéen ñi nga xam ne ni bëgg ngeen a dem Farafeñe nag ñu bari den fay bëgg a dem di xalaat ndax am naa mbokk am aw ma mbokk fan laay dem dëkk ak fan laa du dem dëkk seen coono jeex na seen xalaat jeex na te si biir yaa Faatu's Guest House ñu ngi leen fa amal li nga xam ne ni moom mooy ko self
saala cabinet
ñaari cabinet ak saal
single room
néegi nag nekkul ne la naa jox waaye duñ leen laaj mooy sore naa ñëw indiwaale leen seen yére kase ndaxte yére yi sax foo leen koo def ñu ngi leen ko amal saala cabinet yi bu nekkaa nga am lal bu saal bi ñu ngi ko defar ba mu yaaña toogu yi nekk fa télé bi nekk fa channel bi nekk fa channel bu la neex ngay cuun waaye nag amuñ si loolu rek yéen ñi nga xam ne yéenay dem ak seen famille ak seen njaboot benn nit wala ñaari nit ñu ngi leen fa amal waañ yu baax waañ yu yaaña bagage yi waañ yëpp ñu ngi fa yow yaay xool loo bëgg a togga rek nga teg si gaz bi daal di taal togga lekka sa xol sedda
léegi tamit nag aman lañ
1355 baax seen xolay sedda ba ni ngeen fay jógee yaa Faatu's Guest House yaa Faatu's Guest House lii leen amal yéen ñuy dem Farafeñe saay boo leen tëddee nelaw leen ndaxte yaa Faatu's Guest House génne na seen coono bi yëpp fii si biir dëkk bi yaa Faatu's Guest House.
Supersonic's money transfer is giving you an unbeatable bonanza from now until the end of October. Yes! From now till the end of October, you stand a chance of winning a bag of rice when you receive monies in the Gambia from UK, Europe, USA, Canada and Switzerland with Supersonic's money transfer. Amazing! So from now till the end of October, every time you receive monies in the Gambia from UK, Europe, USA, Canada and Switzerland, you stand a chance of winning a bag of rice. Only 100 bags available, so hurry now and be part of the 100 lucky winners in this special unbeatable bonanza from now until the end of October with Supersonic's money transfer. Enjoy our safe, fast, reliable and convenient money transfer service with the largest payout network in the Gambia with charges starting from $0. Yes! Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics. The unbeatable bonanza with Supersonics.
Gamsobis in focus with Khalil Banjang every Saturday from 8 to 10 p.m.
You want to know about the Gambia entertainment industry? You want to know the existing policies and programs of the arts and culture sector? You want to know about the governance and management of the arts associations? The program will throw a fresh light on the entertainment industry in focus. We will touch so many angles about the cultural sector, the opportunities and challenges, and interrogate them, and most importantly, offer solutions.
Welcome to Gambian Talents Promotion, the Gambia's first non-profit online public broadcasting network and home of culture and entertainment. At GTP, we bring you the best of Gambian creativity right to your doorsteps. Sell your products and services to millions of Gambians and friends of the Gambia via our online radio, TV, and newspaper. Advertise your business and watch your clientele grow like never before. Our content from the Gambia gets the diaspora hooked up to our screen, whilst those in Gambia love what we bring for them from afar. This gives us a unique edge and separates us from the rest. If you want to be heard or seen by the world, contact GTP. We tap, nurture, and promote Gambian talents and businesses. Think promotion, think GTP. For all your event coverages, religious gathering, naming ceremonies, weddings, documentaries, music videos, TV and radio commercial, and more. We also do design and print jobs of all types, logos, business cards, brochures, flyers, t-shirts, coffee mugs, banners, billboards, catalogs, and magazines. We also do lamination and projector rentals. We are the first Gambian non-profit online public broadcasting network with over 300,000 active followers across all social media. Contact GTP on 750-3654, 750-3654 or 794-9214, 794-9214, 404-593-6215 or email us at gambiantalents@gmail.com. GTP, the people's power. Welcome to Gambia.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Amna luñu leen andil lu bees tàq loolu mooy lan diggante nekk programme boo xam ne dafa jóg pour defar diggante yi.
diggante dinañ waxtaane nag si biir kër yi.
diggante nit ki ak boromam.
dinañ dem si biir office yi.
diggante nit ki ak yonantum.
dinañ génn réew mi.
diggante nit ki sax ak moromam. bàyyi daam am na ko tiit na lool ci digganteem ak boromam. mbaa du yàqu yi.
diggante du fi yàqoo diggante dina ko defar fii.
ndax nag réeroo amul daal waaye ñàkk a waxtaan am bu ñu waxtaanee gindandikoo. programme boobu nag ana ñan ñoo koy amal.
Mouhamadou Lamine Kane al Mansour ànd ak xaritam Baye Dame Diouf ñooy def diggante.
Gambian Talents TV. ñoo leen di indil programme bu mag boobule.
dinañ ko indi ajuma bu nekk bu juróom-ñetti waxtu jotee ba juróom-ñeenti waxtu ak genn wàll.
asalaamaaleykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakaatu. am na lu ñu leen andil lu bees tàq loolu mooy lan diggante nekk programme boo xam ne dafa jóg pour defar diggante yi.
diggante dinañ waxtaane nag si biir kër yi.
diggante nit ki ak boromam.
dinañ dem si biir office yi.
diggante nit ki ak yonantu.
dinañ génn réew mi.
diggante nit ki sax ak moromam. bàyyi daam am na koo tiit na lool ci diggante mook boromam mbaa du yàqu yi.
diggante du fi yàqoo diggante dina ko defar fii.
ndax nag réeroo amul daal waaye ñàkk a waxtaan a am bu ñu waxtaanee gindandikoo programme boobu nag ana ñen ñoo koy amal.
Mouhamadou Lamine Kane al Mansour ànd ak xaritam Baye Dame Diouf ñooy def diggante.
Gambian TV. ñoo leen di indil programme bu mag boobule.
dinañ ko indi ajuma bu nekk bu juróom-ñetti waxtu jotee ba juróom-ñeenti waxtu ak genn wàll.
alnaal baadi maalam nee na jëli sus
dama ne ba olof di wax naan loxo kajoor dafa weesandoo li ya taxoon ñu ko wax ñi nga xamante ne ñooy ndaanaani Gambie yi ñoom lañ bugg a gestu ci programme defal leen fundraising programme ku fi siiw ñoo la siiwal. lii kañ la ñaar fukki fan ak juróom-benn muy on the 26 of September juróomi waxtu yee ca Gambie dama ne li xalam di wax muy ndaanaan yu mag ñi nga xamante ne ñu ngi biir Gambie ànd nag ak Gambie promotion ñoo leen a indil programme bii nii ci njàppandal ak dimbale ab laay mbay ma nekk Sweden. yan ndaanaan ñoo cee nekk Jali Maxtaar Jeng mi nga xamante ne ñëpp xam nañ ko ci wàlli xalam Faya Ngom mi nga xamante ne ci wàlli baat bu ne ñëpp xam nañ ko Jali Neene Suusoo Ami Soose ca wàlli ngoya Ami Thiam Jali Ansu ca wàlli balafon dama ni ñii ñëpp dinañ nekk ci programme bi pour jàppale leen mbaam gàttan nag waaye ci gi la bokk kon gestu suñ daanaan yi ndax ba nga xamante ni corona gi ne na salaamaaleykum ba léegi liggéeyu ñu ngi toog te amuñ xëy kon lii moo tax ñuy leen a indil programme bi muy a virtual fundraising programme di amee online ñu ngi cee oo nag képp koo xamante ne Gambien nga pour nga jàpp ci lii di ci oo garmi ñeeg gor ñeeg géer ñi ñëpp ñu ngi leen ci oo ñu ngi cee oo Fatou Menga Mboro ca Nottingham di ci oo Yakomba Koy Taala ca London ñu ngi cee oo Asi Camara ca Sweden di ci oo Ayda Ndiaye mu Daado Sila di ci oo Aysatu Haydara mu Moro Balde ca Manchester oo ci Hadi Konte Sweden oo ci Bada Diop Sweden di ci oo Mami Jeen Ndour America ñu ngi cee oo Ayda Malik Mbay ca Leicester kon yéen ñëpp ñu ngi leen a oo programme bi seen programme la.
yaa Fatus Guest House dama ne jox leen ma seen noppa yéen ñi nga xam ne ni bëgg ngeen a dem Farafeñe nag ñu bari den fay bëgg a dem di xalaat ndax am naa mbokk am aw ma mbokk fan laay dem dëkk ak fan laa du dem dëkk seen coono jeex na seen xalaat jeex na te si biir yaa Fatus Guest House ñu ngi leen fa amal li nga xam ne ni moom mooy ko self
saala cabinet
ñaari cabinet ak saal
single room
néegi nag nekkul ne la naa jox waaye duñ leen laaj mooy sore naa ñëw indiwaale leen seen yére kase ndaxte yére yi sax foo leen koo def ñu ngi leen ko amal saala cabinet yi bu nekkaa nga am lal bu nooy saal bi ñu ngi ko defar ba mu yaaña toogu yi nekk fa télé bi nekk fa channel bi nekk fa channel bu la neex ngay cuun waaye nag amuñ si loolu rek yéen ñi nga xam ne yéen ay dem ak seen famille ak seen njaboot benn nit wala ñaari nit ñu ngi leen fa amal waañ yu baax waañ yu yaaña bagage yi waañ yëpp ñu ngi fa yow yaay xool loo bëgg a togga rek nga teg si gaz bi daal di taal togga lekka sa xol sedda
léegi tamit nag aman lañ leen lii di AC ak ñu nga xam ne fan rek lañ am waaye amuñ si loolu rek ñu ngi leen amal fu nga xam ne foofu ngeen di toog ngeen fiixlu seen xel dal ñu ngi leen amal ndox ak courant 24 hours amuñ si loolu rek njëg bi yomb ba bëgg a dee
fu ñu nekk nag neex a xam ba bëgg a dee si gannaaw gaaraas si base bi foofu sa Farafeñe lu néew rek ngay dox am si marché bi jënd loo bëgg delluwaat sa kër ak yaa Fatus Guest House mun nga noo jokkoo ñun si 790 1355
35 30 489
email si ombay7843@gmail.com si yaa Fatus Guest House soo leen fa demee dinañ leen jox customer care service bu baax seen xolay sedda ba ni ngeen fay jógee yaa Fatus Guest House yaa Fatus Guest House lii leen amal yéen ñuy dem Farafeñe saay boo leen tëddee nelaw leen ndaxte yaa Fatus Guest House génne na seen coono bi yëpp fii si biir dëkk bi
yaa Fatus Guest House yaa Fatus Guest House.
Supersonic's money transfer is giving you an unbeatable bonanza from now until the end of October. Yes! From now till the end of October, you stand a chance of winning a bag of rice when you receive monies in the Gambia from UK, Europe, USA, Canada and Switzerland with Supersonic's money transfer. Amazing! So from now till the end of October, every time you receive monies in the Gambia from UK, Europe, USA, Canada and Switzerland, you stand a chance of winning a bag of rice. Only 100 bags of it. So hurry now and be part of the 100 lucky winners in this special unbeatable bonanza from now until the end of October with Supersonics Money Transfer. Enjoy our safe, fast, reliable and convenient money transfer service with the largest payout network in the Gambia with charges starting from $0. Yes! Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics. The unbeatable bonanza with Supersonics.
Gamsobis in focus with Khalil Banjang every Saturday from 8 to 10 p.m.
You want to know about the Gambia entertainment industry? You want to know the existing policies and programs of the arts and culture sector? You want to know about the governance and management of the arts associations? The program will throw a fresh light on the entertainment industry in focus. We will touch so many angles about the cultural sector, the opportunities and challenges, and interrogate them, and most importantly, offer solutions.
Promotion. The Gambia's first non-profit online public broadcasting network and home of culture and entertainment. At GTP, we bring you the best of Gambian creativity right to your doorsteps. Sell your products and services to millions of Gambians and friends of the Gambia via our online radio, TV, and newspaper. Advertise your business and watch your clientele grow like never before. Our content from the Gambia gets the diaspora hooked up to our screen, whilst those in Gambia love what we bring for them from afar. This gives us a unique edge and separates us from the rest. If you want to be heard or seen by the world, contact GTP. We tap, nurture, and promote Gambian talents and businesses. Think promotion, think GTP. For all your event coverages, religious gathering, naming ceremonies, weddings, documentaries, music videos, TV and radio commercial, and more. We also do design and print jobs of all types, logos, business cards, brochures, flyers, t-shirts, coffee mugs, banners, billboards, catalogs, and magazines. We also do lamination and projector rentals. We are the first Gambian non-profit online public broadcasting network with over 300,000 active followers across all social media. Contact GTP on 750-3654, 750-3654 or 794-9214, 794-9214, 404-593-6215 or email us at gambiantalents@gmail.com. GTP, the people's
alnal badi malam neena jëli sus
dama ne ba olof di wax naan loxo kajoor dafa weesandoo li ya taxoon ñu ko wax ñi nga xamantene ñooy ndaanaani Gambie yi ñoom lañ bëgg a gestu ci programme defal leen fundraising programme ku fi siiw ñoo la siiwal lii kañ la ñaar fukki fan ak juróom benn muy on the 26 of September juróomi waxtu yee ca Gambie dama ne li xalam di wax muy ndaanaan yu mag ñi nga xamante ne ñu ngi biir Gambie ànd nag ak Gambia Talents Promotion ñoo leen a indil programme bii ni ci njàppandal ak dimbale ab Laay Mbay ma nekk Sweden yan ndaanaan ñoo cee nekk Jali Mahtar Jeng mi nga xamante ne ñëpp xam nañ ko ci wàlli xalam Faya Ngom mi nga xamante ni ci wàlli baat bu neex ba ñëpp xam nañ ko Jali Neene Suusoo Ami Soose ca wàlli ngoyaan Ami Caam Jali Ansu ca wàlli balafon dama ni ñii ñëpp dinañ nekk ci programme bi pour jàppale leen mbaam gàttan nag waaye ci jur gi la bokk kon gestu suñ daanaan yi ndax ba nga xamante ni corona gi ne na salaamaaleykum ba léegi liggéeyu ñu ngi toog te amuñ xëy kon lii moo tax ñuy leen a indil programme bi muy a virtual fundraising programme di amee online ñu ngi cee oo nag képp koo xamante ne Gambien nga pour nga jàpp ci lii di ci oo garmi ñeeg gor ñeeg géer ñi ñëpp ñu ngi leen ci oo ñu ngi cee oo Fatou Menga Mboro ca Nottingham di ci oo Yakomba Koy Taala ca London ñu ngi cee oo Asi Camara ca Sweden di ci oo Ayda Njaay mu Daado Sila di ci oo Aysatu Haydara mu Moro Balde ca Manchester oo ci Hadi Konte Sweden oo ci Bada Diop Sweden di ci oo Mami Jeen Ndour America ñu ngi cee oo Ayda Malik Mbay ca Leicester kon yéen ñëpp ñu ngi leen a oo programme bi seen programme la
ilallah sangay baram la ilallah ilallah la ilaha illallah la ilaha
ارتجان فصيقي قدم مغواني ودنفا منه أعلاني وأعل منه أقراني وقولي لا بإلهاني مكس السيق في سار سنينا مقبلا للإله ذاك الإماء سيختجان هيبة تربة صفوني لك أزكى تسليم طول الليالي ليس يروي قلب المعبد واتا في رقد في تربيك المتالي
waa Kër Baay Show fii ci Gambien Talengsi TV dañ leen ko isil chaque ajuma ñetti waxtu ba ñeenti waxtu
ألوف الخلق مالوف الناس سبي الله برهما ألوف الخلق مالوف الناس سبي الله برهما لأنت ليسنا من كل مقوس القوس برهما كولخ لا إله إلا الله
laa ilallah
jox leen ma seen noppay yéen ñi nga xam ne ni bëgg ngeen a dem Farafeñe nag ñu bari den fay bëgg a dem di xalaat ndax am naa mbokk am aw ma mbokk fan laay dem dëkk ak fan laa du dem dëkk seen coono jeex na seen xalaat jeex na te si biir Yaa Faatu's Guest House ñu ngi leen fa amal li nga xam ne ni moom mooy c'est ko self container
saala cabinet
ñaari cabinet ak saal
single room
néegi nag nekkul ne la naa jox waaye duñ leen laaj mooy sore naa ñëw indiwaale leen seen yére kase ndaxte yére yi sax foo leen koo def ñu ngi leen ko amal saala cabinet yi bu nekkaa nga am lal bu nooy saal bi ñu ngi ko defar ba mu yaaña toogu yi nekk fa télé bi nekk fa channel bi nekk fa channel bu la neex ngay cuun waaye nag amuñ si loolu rek yéen ñi nga xam ne yéen ay dem ak seen famille ak seen njaboot benn nit wala ñaari nit ñu ngi leen fa amal waañ yu baax waañ yu yaaña bagage yi waañ yëpp ñu ngi fa yow yaay xool loo bëgg a togga rek nga teg si gaz bi daal di taal togga lekka sa xol sedda
léegi tamit nag aman lañ leen lii di AC ak ñu nga xam ne fan rek lañ am waaye amuñ si loolu rek ñu ngi leen amal fu nga xam ne foofu ngeen di toog ngeen fiixlu seen xel dal ñu ngi leen amal ndox ak courant.
Almighty God, who in thy wisdom and goodness has appointed the offices of rulers and parliaments for the welfare of society and just government of men, we beseech thee to behold with thy abundant favor us thy servants whom thou hast been pleased to call to the performance of important trusts in this land. Let thy blessing descend upon us here in this house assembled. Grant us that we may treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner, to promote thy honor and glory, to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of this country and of those whose interests thou hast committed to our charge. Amen. Good morning, honorable members. Please be seated. Good morning, honorable minister. Thank you.
Correction and approval of records of votes and proceedings of the National Assembly sitting of Monday, 21st September 2020. Communication from the chair.
Thank you very much. Good morning, honorable members. Good morning, honorable minister and members of the press. Honorable members will recall that the debate on the general merits and principles of the Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia 2020 Promulgation Bill 2020 continued yesterday. Upon a motion without notice under Clause 53 of Clause C of the standing orders being moved and seconded and approved by the Assembly was adjourned for the debate to resume today. Today we will continue with the debate on the general merits and principles of the said bill to allow honorable members make their interventions and contributions before the bill could proceed to the next level. Thank you, Clerk.
Correction and approval of records of votes and proceedings of the National Assembly sitting of Monday, 21st September 2020.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, the record of votes and proceedings of the National Assembly sitting of Monday, the 21st of September 2020 is before us for consideration and adoption. Can any honorable member please move that the said record of votes and proceedings be considered and adopted? Any volunteers? Yes, honorable member for Funi Jarol.
Thank you, Madam. I rise to move that a record of votes and proceedings of the National Assembly sitting of Tuesday, 22nd September 2020
Thank you.
be corrected and
You move that it be considered and adopted.
but I have Tuesday on the paper, so I have to read what I've seen.
Yes.
So if there is any correction, then you can correct it.
Thank you.
So I rise to move that.
Yes, thank you. Any seconder? Yes, Lower Salum.
Thank you. I second the motion.
Thank you. It has been moved and seconded that the record of votes and proceedings of the National Assembly sitting of Monday, the 21st of September 2020 be adopted. Any issue or observations, corrections from honorable members? May I just appeal that we speak a little bit louder? I think my voice is quite audible. Everybody hears me, but sometimes I find it a little bit difficult to. You start with page 1 of the records. Lower Salum.
Honorable Speaker, page 1. The cover page where the proceedings are. Monday should be there instead of Tuesday. On the 21st, yes. Yeah, the front page.
That's the cover. Then you go to page 1. It's the cover, and then you go to page 1. The correction is on the cover first. Yes, then page 1. Any observations on page 1? No? Yes. Yeah, honorable member, Jokadu, on page 1.
Page 2 to 3 on the attendance. I did not see my name.
Finish page 1.
Okay.
Let's confirm that there are no corrections on page 1 first. Okay, then you could go ahead on page 2.
Okay, but my name is not captured under the present list, and I was here. Thank you. But my name is not there.
Any more more on page 2, going to page 3. Yes, Ilyasa.
18, Honorable Alaji. Will this be Alaji strong? Hello? Thank you very much. I'm sorry. I'm here on 18, Honorable Alaji Jawara. The spelling was wrong. The spelling was wrong. The way they spell Alaji Jawara. On the 18. Yes. No, it's AL. It should be ALSA, not ALAGIE. His name?
You are referring us to number 18.
Yes.
18. On page
yes.
2.
Page 2, yes.
Which says Honorable Alaji Jawara, Lower Badibu. No, please, can we just a correction from him? Is that what, I want to get it clear from you.
Yes,
Is that what you are referring to?
What I was saying that the way they spell, is it ALHAG or LHAG?
I think what we will do is we will consult with the honorable member and get it right. Thank you.
Yes.
Any more?
Speaker, before we pass, this spelling is correct.
Please,
correct.
Please, can we hold it there? Sabah Sanjal?
Yeah, it's on the same issue.
Page 2?
Yes, it's on the same issue. I think the spelling is right because that is how it is captured in the other page.
I have already indicated that we'll sort it out with the honorable member himself and we will get the correct version, whether there is need to correct it or not. Thank you. Yes, anything more? Anything else on page 2? No? Okay, page 3 then. Still a continuation of the attendance. Kiang East.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Speaker. At the bottom of the page, the following National Assembly seat was vacant, but no word was mentioned of that. Okay, all right. Thank you.
You referred us to page 3, the last paragraph, that the following National Assembly member was absent with permission. Then that's 1. Then the last sentence is the following National Assembly seat was vacant. And then it's go to number 4, page 4. You've seen it. Okay, thank you. East, page 4, yes, please.
Yes, on the communication from the chair, the 5th line, where it said she extended the same appreciations. So we just take out the S. And then if you come to the 2nd paragraph, 4th line, is mentioned Women Enterprises Fund Bill. The name of the bill is Women Enterprise Fund, not enterprises. No, not enterprises. Thank you. You've seen it.
Thank you. Page 5. Or do we have any more corrections on 4? No? Okay, then page 5. Page 6. Yes, Woolies.
Okay, page 6, person put an agreed to, where it says, those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. But then there is a question mark. I don't think there is any need for that question mark. It's not a question. It's an order, it's a statement.
Tanya.
Thank you. If you go on the bills, the second paragraph, I just want to see this together with you. The Honorable Speaker reminded honorable members that the consideration stage of the Gambia Women Enterprise Fund Bill 2020 was concluded on Monday, 14 September 2020. Accordingly, it was appointed. I believe it should be today was appointed, or you put it there. It was appointed for the third reading in accordance with Standing Order 75. So that is how the sentence ends. I don't know, you can help me, but I'm not comfortable with this sentence.
Would have proceeded to that stage, but for the fact that there were some errors in the final draft, and the chairperson of the Health Committee, Women and Health, thought that they needed to get together to tidy it up, and that's why we could not proceed, and it was adjourned and given time for them to tidy it up with the parent ministry and also Attorney General's chambers and printing. That's why we could not proceed with it. Thank you. And page, any more on 6? Any corrections on page 6? No? Okay. Page 7? Yes, Honorable Member for
Could your explanation be contained in the form so as to allay his misunderstanding or to clear his doubt as you have explained? No, on page 6. He raised his misunderstanding, or he does not have a thorough understanding of the content of this statement. You explain further that this was the reason. Could the reason be contained in so as to allay or your mobile, your
However, following a point of order raised by the Honorable Member for Banjul North, in accordance with Standing Order 7020, citing that there were few errors in the referencing on the final version of the bill, thus the Honorable Speaker, relying on Standing Order 13.1, suspended the third reading of the bill to allow the minister in charge of the bill to make the necessary adjustments and submit the final version to honorable members. But Joshua, thank you.
Yeah, Honorable, I think what you miss is what the Honorable is referring to. There seems to be an omission after according. So it should have said accordingly, Monday the 20th was appointed, and then it will follow. That's what he is referring to, and not any other part of this sentence. There's an omission.
Ever.
I'm not saying however.
Can the teachers, English students help us?
No, it's not before however.
They will be consulted, but it's noted. Thank you. It's noted. Thank you. Yes, it's noted. That's all we could. Any more on 7? Yes, Jara East, thank you.
Thank you. Page 7, at the tail end. Ensuing debate continues. Ensuing debate continues. Thank you.
Yes, Jimara.
Thank you very much, Ma. Page 8, the following honorable member took the floor and continued the debate on the principle and merit of the bill. Number 15, Honorable Nyanija Amadou Kamara. I think he contributed last week, Wednesday, not yesterday.
Thank you, but I'll check my records because I make sure that I...
Let me confirm.
Yes, Nyanija was not, his contribution was not on the 21st. It was the day before, yes. I have it on my records. Please, you correct that. Thank you. Any more corrections on page 8? No? Page 9? Yes, Woolly is...
Yes, just the same. There is no need to put question mark after those who say, please say no, please. There is no need for question mark.
Thank you. That was earlier made, yeah. Any more on page 9? Yes, Nyani?
No, back to yes, I said instead of Amadou Kamara Nyani Jai, I think it should be my name, Honorable Alaji S.D. Sila, because my name is not captured. Yes.
Panyomi?
Number 6, member Honorable Fatu K. Kamara, Fatmata. Fatmata Jawara. Fatmata Jawara.
Yes.
It's Fatu Jawara.
No,
it's not Fatu Jawara.
No, you're right. I always insist that my name should be spelled Mariam and not Mariama. So, you're right. We use the official names, the versions. Thank you. Nine. Any more on page 9? Yeah, Lower Fuladu West.
Last paragraph, ensuing debate continued instead of SD. Yes, I'm referring to page 9.
Page 10 then. Yes, Woolly East.
Question put and agreed to the first line. You can check it. It has been moved and seconded that the continuation debate. So it's a continuation of the debate. I think that will be moved. And then when you come to the same question, no need to put question mark when you ask people to say yes or no.
Any more on page 10? No? Well, okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. It has been moved and seconded that the record of votes and proceedings of the National Assembly sitting of Monday, the 21st of September 2020 be adopted with amendments. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Thank you. Clerk, can we proceed? Please.
Bill, Standing Order 67-1, second reading. Continuation of the debate on the general merits and principles of the Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia 2020 Promulgation Bill 2020 by the Honorable Attorney General and Minister for Justice.
Thank you. Honorable members, in accordance with clause 67(1) of the standing orders, I will again open the floor for the debate on the general merits and principles of the bill to continue. any honorable member who wishes to take part may do so now. But honorable members, once more I wish to just strongly emphasize Standing Order 67-1, that the debate shall strictly be on the general principles and merits of the bill and not on the details for now. So please let us all take note. Thank you, so that will not be called to order. Thank you very much. What's this? Okay, thank you. Honorable Member for Lower Flood West. Yes, Lower Flood West.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. And I would like to join my colleagues in the debate on the Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia 2020, Promulgation Bill 2020, that is before us. Honorable Speaker, much has been said, and I'm going to be very brief, if not make, or I'll not make repetitions. Honorable Speaker, I think this draft constitution before this august body is one of the best since Gambia became independent. For the fact that it has catered for a lot of important provisions of national interest, which we are not provided for in the previous constitutions. Honorable Speaker, when you read through the draft, certain areas need to be looked at again at committee stage. But Honorable Speaker, that should not stop us from passing this draft constitution, for the fact that it's the verdict and aspirations of the Gambian people, whom we represent here. As other members have stated, Honorable Speaker, this draft constitution is not the making of the CRC. We assigned them to do this exercise through the length and breadth of this country and in the diaspora, by an act that was enacted in this parliament, and they have done their part. And for that matter, Honorable Speaker, I want to thank CRC for a job well done. And I am 100% in support of the draft constitution promulgation bill 2020 that is before us for ratification. And I want to appeal to my fellow honorable members of this august body to give their blessings to this draft constitution and give it a chance as people representatives. Honorable Speaker, I want to reserve my comments until committee stage, and I thank you for giving me the floor.
Thank you very much. Honorable Member for Joshua, my apologies because we were on the floor when we adjourned yesterday.
Yes, thank you.
It's because I had already ticked it.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid you might have done. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. I also join my colleagues in appreciating the work of the CRC. They have endeavored to give us a very good document. They have toured the length and breadth of the country and have also gone outside of the country to gauge the views of Gambians. This document that they have given us is a progressive one. I believe that it has improved. It has suggested improvements in the 1997 constitutions and have also suggested some innovations. Key among those are the affirmative actions on women and children. However, Honorable Speaker, no constitution is perfect. They have endeavored their best, but the document they have given us also has some flaws. And I think this Parliament has the right to touch it. I think what may have caused the problem is that we have some social media activists that have, people do trust their opinions, and they tend to mislead people. And I think that has led to people being a little bit skeptical, and it might be detrimental to this passing of this constitution. Honorable Speaker, one of those, and I would still remember, I could vividly remember our engagement with the CRC at the auditorium there, when we suggested the insertion of the National Assembly, the Parliament being given the powers to approve to confirm the appointment of ministers. And I would quote exactly what the chairman said. He said, we certainly do not want to have an dictator executive, but neither do we want to have a dictator parliament. And here it is. I think we are creating a dictator parliament. I am saying that as a member of parliament, and I think that will be fair. We are given the powers to confirm ministers. We are given the powers to confirm the appointment of judges. And what does the judiciary have to control the assembly? What does the executive have over the assembly? I don't think there is any. So that is my view. But having said that, I think this constitution deserves to move to the next stage. It is there and therein that we will have the opportunity to rectify anything that we think isn't in the best spirit. Honorable Speaker, there are many people that call the 1997 Constitution the Soldiers' Constitution, Yahya Jammeh's Constitution, APRC Constitution. In the same vein, I would call this one the Judiciary Constitution. It is judiciary bias, Honorable Speaker. It is judiciary bias. I will highlight just a few, because my colleagues have already highlighted them. One of those will be the remuneration and retirement benefits of judges. We have judges. The suggestion is we employ them and pay them for life. They are given gratuity when they retire, and their pension is supposed to match the salary of a sitting judge. And that means employing them for life and also giving them gratuity in addition to that. And I'm saying, why is it not fair? I'm taking the judges in the same level as ministers, in the same level or even a little lower than the Speaker's office, that of the National the Auditor General. What does the Auditor General go with? What does the Speaker go with after retiring? What does the Executive Secretary of the National Human Rights Commission go with after retiring? Is it only the judges whose lives are at risk? Because that's one of the answers someone said, they do a risky job. And I do remember in 2016, December, we were all afraid. We thought at any day we will hear that the IEC chairman has been kidnapped or has been killed, because that's how risky it was then. Why is the IEC chairman not according the same right? Another point, Honorable Speaker, the judiciary's budget. They are saying we should not give them less than what was given last year, and we all know. I will cite their 2018 budget, 2019 budget. I think it was exactly 10 million that was given for the construction of courts. And I can't remember the amount that was given for vehicles. So what that would mean is, those amounts indicate, I don't think they would need to construct courts every year. And they will need to buy new vehicles every year. And what that would mean is, in any year, we are giving them excess for them to use it. And okay, let's also remember, we are saying our deficit is always increasing. What if we say now this year, instead of 25 billion, we want to spend 20 million? Does that not mean that every institution would at least expect something lower than what you are giving? So when we have that in this constitution, it becomes mandatory that we give them more than what they need, or what is fairly, what is fair, what is their fair share. Another point, Honorable Speaker, is that the judiciary is asking that at the beginning of each quarter, we give them 3 months allocation. Is that realistic? We all know we collect, and out of what we collect is what the government distributes. And we all know that more than 2/3 of what we collect is spent on salaries and the payment of debts. So the 1/3 that is left, they are saying give us 3 months. What would warrant that? What happens to the other institutions? The 1/3 will have to be distributed, and no, they will be given 3 months, and the balance, and I'm afraid many departments will not have anything to at least start the year. Honorable Speaker, I also want to comment on the notion that everything in this draft constitution is the wishes of the Gambian people. I'm saying no to that. My colleague had done some comparisons yesterday. I wouldn't repeat that. But those that are asking this assembly to pass it as it is, I don't think they know what it is. If you are a teacher out there, if you are a nurse out there, in this draft constitution it says, if you are in the government's payroll, you can't work elsewhere. Is that what is good for the Gambia? I would ask. I'm not asked to go to the details, so these are the principles. Is there? No.
Point of order.
You're deviating.
No, I'm not deviating. He's referring me to, he wants me to quote the direct section, but it is there in the Constitution. I don't, because if we are debating the general medicine principles, I do not have to quote the section. But it is actually that's the case.
Point of order, madam.
You will observe, you will agree with me that the debate touches on, it should be confined to the merits. Not the details.
Point of order. The point of order. Point of order, madam.
No, it's okay. I think I didn't get that because it was.
No, I'm raising a point of order.
I think honorable members should desist from interrupting other members when they are on their feet. If you want to bring attention to anybody, something, I think the proper procedure is for you to write a note. But you cannot just be interrupting, quote the relevant section or whatever. I think that is wrong.
That was my point of order.
Please, was that your point of order? Yes, so I did not get that because it was being murmured amongst themselves, not on the microphone.
Yeah, I would happily continue.
So, sorry, I thought you were going outside.
No.
It was
I'm fully conscious of what
it was not meant for you, but meant for Honorable Saho. Yeah, I'm sorry, Honorable Member for Central Badibu.
Honorable Speaker, what I was just saying is that this draft constitution prohibits public servants to undertake any other gainful employment outside of the public service. And I was saying, is this in the best interest of the people? For example, I know if I were a doctor out there, I'm being paid less than 10,000 in the RVTH, and I can get that a week's work at, for example, at Medilab. If I'm barred from working to combining my public service with private work, I would rather leave. And is that in the best interest of the country? I doubt so. So there's a need to touch this document. And I think that's what every National Assembly wants. We want a very good document. We can give it perfection. But we want to improve what is presented to us. Let the people give us the chance and allow us to do our work. Why I'm saying this is, if people are being harassed for having an opinion as to the defects of this constitution. Those people are tempted to kill it at the first instance, and that is what is happening. I think there are people whose conscience shouldn't be clear because they are the ones that are causing NAMs on the other side to say, let's kill it at this point. I'm appealing to those people to say, we have a chance of killing many birds with one stone. Let's allow it to pass this stage, and during committee stage and consideration stage, we can have our issues addressed. I do appeal, please, let's allow it to pass this stage. And I think I said earlier, it has my blessing. In principle, I want it to pass this stage. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, may I just draw our attention, all of us, to clause 32(2), dealing with permissible interruptions. It appears as if there's a lot of interruptions, or there are many interruptions when an honorable member is on his or her feet. Let's be mindful of this clause. We approved it, so let us abide by it. It's very, very clear.
Madam
if you want to
Speaker.
raise a point of order,
Madam
you just
Speaker.
ask for the floor, and it will be given to you by the chair. If you want to make an observation, the honorable member on the floor can give you permission and you can go ahead. But we just cannot be interrupting, if I may use the word, unnecessarily. But maybe that's not even the correct word. But let us follow due procedure.
Point of observation, Madam Speaker.
Observation from who?
You. I'm observing you. Because, Madam Speaker. No, Madam Speaker, you listen to me, even though you don't allow me, because you are bringing a new element.
Honorable.
This is now you are bringing a new element.
On the floor.
Since 4 years now, you have never come up with these things, and then we amend this constitution. Madam Speaker, you've been allowing people, interrupting people concerned.
Point of order.
Deliberately. It is today that you are bringing this element. That's what I've observed, Madam.
Oh, that's not correct.
You are at liberty to do so, provided you are allowed. But the chair, you cannot observe from the chair. Thank you very much.
But it is my right also to tell you what I've observed.
Can we?
The irregularity that have been going on here.
Please,
favoritism, allowing order to try to molest, harass people, also the word they are making the internet.
Remember for Joe Kadu.
Madam,
please, thank you.
Not to be partial, Madam Speaker.
For Joe Kadu.
With all respect.
Okay. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, for giving me the floor.
Hello, Madam Speaker, allow me to speak, Madam, please.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, for giving me the floor. Let me first of all thank the CRC for taking up a task in trying to do a work for this great nation. Madam Speaker, let me just start with this saying and it is said in all our national languages. That is, when you pick a creature and you don't know exactly what that creature is, and then you happen to have two groups in front of you. One group is telling you that that creature can bite, and the other group is telling you that that creature cannot bite. I think the wisest decision that you should take is for you to distance your foot from that creature. What does that mean is so many talks in this draft constitution. People are saying different things. Now, let me just quote few clauses, not to waste the time of the assembly, because it is much have been said. Now, but going to clause 15, which says
talks about citizenship. That's where I will start. Madam Speaker, we said we are in a global village. Madam Speaker. And let me just give you a scenario. As a Gambian, your grandparents have never been to UK or USA. Neither your parents. But you yourself, you are fortunate to go there. In few years, you happen to acquire their citizenship. And then you marry there. Your kids are born there, and they acquire citizenship. Why is this citizenship so harsh in this country? As we said, we are in a global village. My point is, any person who is born in this country, the Gambia, automatically you should become a citizen of this Gambia. Neither your parents come from Japan or anywhere else in the world. That's my stand. Madam Speaker, you are here in the Gambia. You marry a wife here. Your wife makes love here in the Gambia. And then got pregnant in the Gambia. And then happen to travel to US or UK after 8.5 months of pregnancy. And then delivered a child in UK or USA after being there for 2 weeks. And that child is a citizen of that nation. And Gambians are doing it. And we don't want others also to enjoy that same right in this country. I say no to that. Madam Speaker, when we go to marry, the right to marry. Madam Speaker, in the draft, I can see a man and a woman, which is so vague to me. Although we are told we cannot interpret the law. But to my own understanding, this a man stands on its own, and then a woman also stands on its own. Now, it is not very clear. A man and a man can engage, to my own understanding. And then a woman and a woman also can engage. And then we have seen what happened in the last few months. Religious leaders were crying in the country, talking about this gay and lesbian marriage, which our culture, our religions did not allow. I've seen a video footage, and the person who sent it says it happens here in Serekunda. A big gentleman who bleaches his entire skin, dressed in a skirt with rasta, makeup, bodies, and whatsoever. And people detected that this is a gay, he's a gay, and they undressed him. And they found out that there is a big banana coiled in his pants, in the streets. Okay? And if this thing is not clear to us, these people, they are all over here hidden. They are just waiting for time. And when time comes, it is not clear, they will come out and they can challenge their rights. What are you going to do then? I am not in for that. This constitution must be very clear to me and to the entire Gambian people. before I can't append my signature to say yes on it. Madam Speaker, when you go to the office of the President as the head of state, we said we are in a civilized, we want to usher a very civilized democracy in this country. And then we said the man sitting in that chair should be toothless. He cannot bite, he cannot slap. But for the ordinary citizens, can slap him or her or can bite him, and he cannot do anything. Is that justice? I'm asking whether is that justice? I am not in for that. Separation of powers must be done in the right channels. You cannot be interfering in someone's work and that person cannot interfere in yours. It's injustice. Appointment of ministers, the cabinet. We say we have the judiciary, the legislature, and the executive. Now you want the legislature to determine who should be in the executive and should also have a hand who should be in the judiciary. Is that democracy? I disagree in that. Madam Speaker, what I have said is just few points because I cannot exhaust all because many people have said a lot about this constitution. But my stand is this draft must be very clear to our fingertips. If not, we are going to be hypocrites. This constitution should not be politicized. It is for every Gambian citizen. Madam Speaker, let me just end by just trying to put this something across, and it goes to the coalition 2016, because it is where this draft emanated from. Madam Speaker, Coalition 2016, particularly those who were in government, I mean, you should remember that you were in a bus and that bus had a driver. I don't know how comes you delighted from that bus, but the driver is still driving the bus. And no accident has happened. Now what I am appealing to you, before you see yourself at ground zero, please run as fast as your legs can carry you.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
Catch that bus
Point of order
again.
Honorable Speaker.
On that note, Madam Speaker.
Yes, please, can you just withdraw the point?
Madam Speaker, point of order. Point of order.
Confine yourself to the debate.
Confine yourself to the debate. Just allow me, Honorable Speaker, to say what I have to say. Honorable Speaker.
No, please, sorry. Honorable, can you just withdraw your last two sentences and then you can proceed?
Point of order.
So, no, please, I'm addressing the honorable member first. Honorable, can you just withdraw the last two sentences or last sentence?
Thank you. Withdrawn, Madam Speaker.
Thank you.
Thank you
very much.
Madam Speaker, there are so many things embedded in this.
Always try to confine
in this
ourselves to the
and
debate on the floor.
It needs to be clear, because we are saying that we are going to repeal the 1997 Constitution because of so many amendments that we have made on it. But what I can understand from the deliberations, that when this one also passed, there is going to be as many amendments as possible. So it comes to the same. I don't see any difference. Madam Speaker, on that note, I'm counting on the Honorable Minister to clear the doubts of this National Assembly before we can proceed with this document. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Honorable members, I think my duty is just to guide the proceedings, and if I detect that somebody is going outside the parameters, I'll call the honorable member to order, unless I miss the point. But if I start getting interruptions, I may not be too focused to address the issue at hand. So please allow me time. Next, thank you. And I always want to bring it to the attention of all of us, just to take note. And that is under clause 21(1) of the standing orders. It talks of discipline and suspension of members. I don't like using it very much. In fact, I don't think I've ever used it. But it is provided for that the speaker or chairperson, after having called the attention of the assembly or committee to the conduct of a member who persists in irrelevance or tedious repetition, either of his or her arguments or of the arguments used by other members in the debate, may direct the member to discontinue his or her speech. The speaker or chairperson may, after having called the attention of the assembly or committee to the grossly disorderly conduct of a member who A, willfully, well, this is what is provided for, assaults, molests, obstructs, or acts in a disorderly manner towards the speaker or any other member, persistently and willfully obstructs the business of the assembly, willfully assaults, obstructs, or resists any police constable or officer of the assembly under the authority of the speaker, uses unacceptable language which he or she refuses to withdraw, or persistently or willfully refuses to conform with the standing orders, or persistently or willfully disregards the authority of the speaker, order the member to withdraw immediately from the chambers during the remainder of the sittings. Please, honorable members, let us just pay heed to this. I mean, this is we all agree to the standing orders, and I always draw the attention of honorable members for us to exercise decorum. This is Parliament. It is our Parliament. We are being watched all over the world, so I think it's only proper for us to exercise discipline. Let's exercise restraint. I mean, this is our country. It's our constitution. It is our Parliament. So whatever decision we'll take is a collective one. So there is no need to quarrel over it. So please, I'm just appealing for us to be patient. Thank you. May I call on the honorable member for Serekunda West? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, before I proceed, I want to be on record that I am one of the honorable members of this House who is in full support of the bill before us. I remember, I want to quote Nelson Mandela. When they were South Africans were writing their constitution, the message is sent to the members of the parliament.
Two advantages. You know these masks. And then your microphone, you have to raise it up a little bit. You are the tall guys.
Okay. The message he sent to the parliamentarians was that he told the members of parliament that the constitution you are writing now is a South African constitution and not an ANC constitution. I want to remind myself and my honorable colleagues that in the same vein, we members of the parliament are also writing a constitution not for any individual person, but for our country. Honorable Speaker, the bill before us, I would say, is a bill or a constitution is progressive and innovative, in the sense that there was a lot of consultations done before the CRC gets to this conclusion. But Madam Speaker, let me put that on a hold and first commend the honorable speakers, members of parliament who spoke before me for their interventions. And I highly respect all opinions that were expressed in this August Assembly. In the same vein, I also want to commend the CRC for an excellent job they have done. Madam Speaker, last but not the least, I also want to thank the media for providing us with a very fair coverage. Fair in the sense that majority of the media here are giving live coverage. That's fair enough. They are not paraphrasing anybody's speech. So they need to be commended from the beginning of this sense, because the whole country can be here, but we are followed from inside and outside. And we must also know that we are people's representatives, so their concerns are also very important. I welcome people who could not be here and they are following their honorable members to do one thing or the other, because we are representing them. Putting them all together, that's where we can have a decision that will be fair. So I commend these people for that very good job that they are doing. Madam Speaker, like I was saying, this bill before us is progressive and inclusive. So many people have said, you cannot have a constitution that is perfect. And all the people and organizations that were consulted by the CRC, their views cannot be there. But comparatively, there must be an average of representation in the representative of their views in the Constitution. Not if all of us said yes, I said this and I have not seen it in this Constitution. What kind of a Constitution do we want? It's too big. So it must be tailored to certain pages or clauses. But what is important is how many of our views are not captured. Based on that, we should be able to make a very good decision. This constitution before us, the draft constitution, also has an age over the 1997 constitution. But the 1997 constitution is our constitution. It does not belong to anybody. It is Gambia's constitution. I have participated in the referendum of that constitution. It belongs to the Gambia. It does not belong to any particular political party, nor does it belong to any particular sect of this country. It is our document. It's a national document. The 1997 Constitution, being a national document, is a living. Constitutions are living documents. They need to be changed and amended from time to time. That does not mean that they are totally bad. In fact, I know most of clauses in the 1977 Constitution is in this draft Constitution. So that should not be a problem. It's a living document. It has served us for more than 26 years now. And lest we forget, when the brains behind that constitution came to power, what did they do? They suspended the constitution that was here. So I don't see any problem amending or even changing that constitution to have a new constitution, including some of the beautiful clauses that were in the 1997 constitution. It's a national document, that's how we should see it. It belongs to every one of us. The one we are writing now, too, when it becomes the constitution of this land, it belongs to everybody. It is not Adama Barrow's constitution, and it is not Party A and X constitution. It is Gambia's constitution. That I think we should have very clear, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the 2020 draft really has reflected a good number of our aspirations and wishes of this country. So, to do justice to this constitution, draft constitution before us, is to allow it to go to the next stage. We are only a small fraction of the entire Gambia, something like 2 million people. We are about 56, 57 in this parliament. Let us allow the masses also to have their voice heard on the constitution. Killing this constitution here, we will not be doing any justice to our electorates. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let them decide on it. Let's do our bit and then pass it to them. But a total rejection will really be too catastrophic, having in mind that we have spent a colossal amount of money on this bill. $116 million. Do we want to throw that in the waste? Do we want to throw that away for no purposes? Then we are not going to be fair to our taxpayers. $116 million. What is the horrible thing that is happening in our health sector today? Our mothers, our sisters that are giving birth are dying in their numbers because of the poor health system we have. Wouldn't it not be wise, before we waste this $116 million, to plow that back into the health sector? Let us be fair to our electorates. Let's allow this bill a chance to go to the next level and allow the rest of the Gambian people who elected us in office to have a say in this constitution, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, like I said earlier on, the bill had so many beautiful clauses. Just to give you a few. The clause on the recall of members of parliament, for me, is very welcoming and beautiful. The 1997 constitution has the same merit, but then it tells us that it has to come as an act of parliament, which all the parliaments from 1997 to date failed woefully to bring an act of parliament so that we could be recalled by people who are not satisfied with us. But with this constitution, section 144, it is not as difficult, because we refused to come up with an act of parliament to be recalled, but now the electors can have that without even an act of parliament. That's one of the beauties of this new constitution, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, term limit is very progressive. All over the world, people have changed to term limits. Our neighbors, Senegal, Mali, Sierra Leone, Ghana, South Africa, you name them. Why should we be left out? These are some of the merits of this constitution. Madam Speaker, the vetting of some key appointments by the parliament is progressive. It's progressive. There is nothing like the parliament giving too much power. There is nothing like the president or the executive giving too much power. We have to check on one another. Certain key positions need to be vetted by this parliament. We can put our inputs there, but let's allow the masses to decide. Like I said, we are only a small fraction of the total population of this country. Madam Speaker, the clauses that is giving chance to people in the diaspora to vote is also another noble clause in this constitution. And last but not the end of it, the clause that is asking the president to come to this parliament not later than April of every year is beautiful. Rather than say you can go to the parliament anytime. And we must also understand that this bill before us, constitution before us, is not Adama Barrow's constitution. It's not targeting any individual. We had two former presidents, Sadauda and Yahya Jammeh. They're gone. Former President Yahya Jammeh left his constitution here. If it is his, he would have gone with it. So this is no one's constitution. This is our national document. So these are some of the beauties of this constitution, which I am convinced that we should make sure that it passed this stage and allow our electors to have a say in it. They are watching us, they are listening to us, they are following our deliberations. We must do the right thing. Madam Speaker, I urge my colleagues to do what is right by passing this bill, like I said, and allow the masses to have a say or have a chance in a referendum. It will not be fair for us to kill it here. And it is in the best interest of this National Assembly to make sure that this bill gets to another stage. Madam Speaker, to conclude, as this is some of the disadvantages of coming last, almost every beautiful thing has been said by honorable colleagues, and I'm sure we will start to think twice to allow this bill to go to the next stage if we want to do justice to the document and also to just, give our people the right who elected us here. We are here by chance, but we are not the best in this country. We are here by chance, but we are not the most knowledgeable in this country. Why wouldn't we give chance the thousands or 1.9 million that is ours, or even more than that? My mathematics is not good, but you get 56 out of $2 million, 2 million people. Why don't we give chance to the rest of the millions to also have a say? So I urge my honorable colleagues to do justice to the document, allow it to go through the processes. We have right to touch the Constitution. And it is a document that we can fine-tune at committee level. So why would we want to kill it now? If you are not happy with a certain clause, let's wait to the committee stage. It will be changed, no doubt about that. We have the mandate to touch it. So why would we want to kill it before even it hatches? I thank you.
Thank you very much. Sorry. May I now call on the Honorable Minority Leader and Member for Nyamina Dankungu.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. Honorable Speaker, let me join my colleague to thank the CRC and the Attorney General for presenting this important document to this August House. Honorable Speaker, other speakers have said it is history. We are promulgating a constitution on top of an existing constitution. I think this is the first time it happened in the Gambia. The 1997 is guiding us on the transition of the 2020 draft. Honorable Speaker, my first submission to the Attorney General is on the supremacy of the Constitution. Because, Honorable Speaker, this clause, many members have actually forwarded it to the Attorney General. But for me, when I saw that clause, the legality or the validity and the legality of this Constitution cannot be challenged to court. I have to make a little research because at that time I was not comfortable actually with the clause. And then I knew that this submission might come from the judiciary. Then I make effort until I get the observation of the judiciary on this clause. And then, Honorable Speaker, since we are coming to decide on this important document, and then tomorrow, whatever happens to every citizen or to any of us, we're going to resort to the judiciary for its interpretation. And then if you can allow me, let me read that piece of observation with regard to this clause. Honorable Speaker, is read, challenging validity of this Constitution, clause 7.3 of the draft Constitution provide as follows. The validity or the legality of this Constitution is not subjected to challenge by or before any court or organs of the state. This provision, in our view, insofar as it seeks to oust the jurisdiction of the court, is inconsistent with the principle of access to justice and to the court. It is irreconcilable with the principle of the respect for the rule which permeates the rest of the draft Constitution. However, no. How else should citizens be able to challenge the Constitution other than in the court of law? Why should the right be taken away? No cogent reason can, in our view, support such a proposal. We recommend that this provision should be deleted from the Constitution. Honorable Speaker, this is, I'm not saying it is actually what happened, because these are legally texted, and when I saw the provision, I have to make my research since I get until I get the submission of the judiciary. So, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Minister for the Attorney General, I would definitely want you to help this House to understand this clause, because this is dealing with the supremacy of the Constitution. And if the custodian of this Constitution have got their reservation since at the drafting stage, definitely something should be done about it. Honorable Speaker, my next point is on the discrimination aspect of the new draft. We have seen a lot of discriminatory clauses in it. People have been talking the issue of the judiciary since yesterday. They were talking about their emolument and their retirement benefit. But I believe there is some discriminatory aspect also there. Because if you looked at the judges, a judge is just a judge. You have some judge that should be appointed by the president and confirmed by the assembly. You have some judges that their appointment should be under the Judicial Service Commission. So I don't know why are they treating their appointment the same differently, and that is they are treated them differently. The other aspect of discrimination also is about the retirement benefit. It is treated differently with the entire civil service of the pension is computed in our civil service is your total emolument, your length of service, then it is computed in that way. So that means that the retirement benefit of the judges and the other aspect of society is treated differently. That also is another issue. And actually, both the new constitution and the 1997 constitution, none of this is accepting discrimination. We go to the 2020 draft. We see what it means by discriminatory. It's somewhere else. Sure. I just want to see what the law said about discriminatory. I have it. Protection. I'm looking for, I have it here. I mark it somewhere else. Just a minute. Okay. That's section 69. Talks about protection from discriminatory. And this is a fundamental right. And it says all persons are equal before the law. No law shall make any provision which is discriminatory either of itself or in its effect. So we have seen the discriminatory aspect in this in the new draft itself. And then almost in the same text in the 1997 Constitution. Then therefore, Honorable Speaker, promulgating any law that is discriminatory is against both this one and this one. So I don't know how would the Assembly proceed with legislating laws that are actually discriminatory. Honorable Speaker, the other discriminatory aspect of it is on that is affecting the sitting president. The matter is not about the president. We are legislating, and as long as we are legislating, we should legislate laws that suit everybody. If you look at, the matter is not about the term limit. I'm talking about the discriminatory aspect of it. According to this Constitution, his current term is not counted. And then actually he was given that right on this Constitution. Now, if we go for election, if a person win other than him, will serve 2 terms. But for him, if he will, he serve 1 term. This is totally discriminatory. Are we going to enact law, especially the 2020 draft bill itself? It tells you, don't enact me as a law if I am discriminatory. So what will be the approach? Honorable Speaker, done with that one. Honorable Speaker, the member for Jos 1 was mentioning a clause. I think it is clause 27. Clause 27 and clause 29. Clause 27 and clause 29 of the 2020 draft bill. Honorable Speaker, there are some laws, they are heartless. And being people representative, we should be very mindful of those laws. Clause 27, restriction on the activity of a public officer. Here it is telling you, if you are employed by the government or any public institution, you are not going for any gainful employment. Honorable Speaker, our brothers outside, if they travel outside, they work for 24 hours, 16 hours. They are given that right in foreign countries. Us, our own people, we deny them a right that they are given outside. I think we must think logically. Let us look at the laws that we are putting in place. How many Gambians in this country, their salary can sustain them even 1 week? And you are telling me if I have the energy, I have the power to work for government 8 hours and then go and work somewhere 8 hours to improve my living. You said no to that. And you want me to append my signature on that law. I will not do it. You go to section 29, and that is the worst one. Section 29, consequence for contravention. You go to sub 3. Any person who has been dismissed or otherwise removed from office or whose relationship with an organ or agency of the state or a statutory body or a state-owned enterprise have been terminated shall A, in the case of a public officer, be disqualified from holding any other public office for life. For life. What are we doing? We are enacting laws that will be killing our own people. Our own people that we say we are representing, and we want to enact such, and we say this is a draconian law. Which law is more draconian by this clause? We are here to enact draconian laws, and we are enacting draconian laws. What is more serious than this one? These two clauses alone disqualify this 2020 Constitution. These two clauses alone, because it is affecting directly the people we represent. We are banning them from work for life. When the Jana Commission submit in report here, there are some people who were banned for life, and it was a public outcry. Today we are legislators. We are asked to legislate that. Today we are legislators. We are asked to legislate such laws. And we say it is progressive. One rotten potato spoiled the whole lot. And these clauses have spoiled this Constitution. Honorable Speaker, I'm just on the session of the National Assembly. That is a beautiful clause that I wanted to add, because, Honorable Speaker, I was expecting, we have a very innovative standing orders, and we are drafting a law. If we look at currently, how many bills do we refer to various committees? I could have loved this CRC to look at our standing order. Then our session be at least open, because our standing order, the way we treat bills, we will have a session, refer all those bills, we will not finish about the process of those bills. Then we go again, the next session, we have another bill. That means that we are working with backlog. If you don't mind, we will, our time will finish, we still have some backlog of bills to treat. Then, since we are coming up with a new standing order, with a new constitution, I think the sitting of the assembly could have been considered at least open. We have a long recess, so that we can handle all our bills in a session. But the way the trend is moving now, we might exit this term, but still we will have some bill behind. And then I believe it could have been definitely looked at least our session. Instead of quarterly, we open it. Then we have a longer recess, so that we can handle our National Assembly business according to our standing order. Because presently, our standing order did not match with this quarterly sitting. I was actually expecting that. Honorable Speaker, I had some intervention. Others are saying, let's legislate it, and then after, we come and amend. For me, I cannot understand that as a legislator. When it is wrong, it's wrong. You dare not to legislate it why it is wrong. Then you come back and say you are amending it. That's wrong. That's a wrong process. Once it is wrong, it's wrong. Let it stop there. If we don't have any way how to amend it, let it stop there. But the thinking of say, no, these are clauses, some of them are positive, why not we legislate after we come and amend? That's not the case. That's not how we legislate. Honorable Speaker, my submission will be a little bit short because most of the bullets were fired. So, Honorable Speaker, the other issue is about Section 108. That is the reason for filing an impeachment for a sitting president. That one of the clauses for me is very straightforward for me. When it reads, one of the violations is violation of the Constitution. You see, any sitting president can violate the Constitution. But according to the way it is text in the 1997 Constitution, it's more preferable. Willfully violation. If you violate it, willfully. But just to violate the Constitution, that means that every month we will file a motion for impeachment for the sitting president. Because it's easy to do it. You can do it without willfully. But why don't we consider it and look at it? Rather than living in this way, we have willful. Now is on the issue I did with discrimination. Honorable Attorney General, as I mentioned earlier on, a constitution, while an active constitution guiding us. And then I will want you to help me here. If you go to section 100 of the 1997 Constitution, that deals with legislative powers of the National Assembly. I just want clause 2 is bringing a limitation or a restriction. The National Assembly shall not pass any bill to establish one party's. It's not talking about law, it's talking about a bill. And we are to establish one party state, to establish any religious or any religion as a state religion, or to alter the decision or judgment of a court in any proceeding to the prejudice of any party to those proceedings, or to deprive any person retroactively of a vested or acquired right. But it continues, but subject thereto, the National Assembly may pass bills designed, I underline the word designed, to have retroactive effect. And then I want, Honorable Attorney General, for you to guide this Assembly what this clause is saying. Because as I said earlier on, we are legislating, but this is the guiding principle of our legislation as long as it is still existing and active. So anything that we are dealing, we are using section 225 to promulgate this bill. But since the existing constitution, and it is limiting our powers to certain things, I think to me, it is still binding, because as long as we are speaking, it is the existing one. So I would definitely want you to help this Assembly to be clarified before we even pass this one. Somebody go and challenge our decision in court, because everybody is sitting down looking at us. Honorable Speaker, let me come to our people that we assign to do this piece of legislation to us. I thank them very much at the beginning. But there is something that I will need, whether they did it or they don't, the statistic and survey, if we can get it, or if they can put it in the public domain. Because the outcry is now, is people opinion. I can understand they give us a report. That's the report I know. But they have a statistic. That if you look at a statistic, you can definitely know if they captured the will and aspiration of the people. Not only the report. I really need the statistic. If they can put it, if they can make sure we get it or put it in the public domain. Honorable Speaker, Attorney General, we are in the process of promulgating a new constitution. Drafting constitution is very difficult. And amending entire constitution is very difficult. Very difficult. We have the power. But you know, all this thing is technically written and they are all intertwined. So I don't know what will be our guideline, because there are so many defectives in the draft. In this draft. We are here today saying this one was amended 50 times. But if you look at the proceeding of this assembly, this one, when it comes into existence, you will not amend it 50 times. You will amend it more than 100 times. You will amend it more than 100 times. You see, this constitution, this is so explicit. It's so explicit. It looks like an act and a regulatory body. That's not how constitution works. You see, this is why everybody can just look at it, you pick up problem. Because it's so explicit. It's quite different. Even the texting, the legal texting. People are saying this is bad. Hey, constitutions are not bad. It depends on the people who are implementing the constitution. It's not that the 1997, the texting was not good, the provisions were not good. No. It was about the implementer. If you forget the rule of the constitution, what the constitution is saying you, and you rule in your own way, that is not the fault of the constitution. And this is legally text. You can be looking this one for the whole day. You hardly extract something from it because it is legally text. But this one, it is just like a grammar. You can just go in and pick problem. And this is what gives us a problem in this constitution. You know? So, Honorable Speaker, we should be very mindful on this constitution because people are talking about 116 million. 116 million. For me, the 116 million is already gone. But what about if you subject it to a referendum where you are going to spend another 116 million again, and you are very sure it will not pass? No, the opinion polls are there. The opinion polls are there. Nobody should talk. Before the constitution, since at the drafting stage, this 2020 constitution, it developed its problem from the drafting stage. When Christians say no to it, when Muslims say no to it, when other institutions say no to it, who are going to vote for it? Are they not those people? That's telling you that if it goes there, it's going to fail and then you're going to waste another money again. You're going to waste another money. And that's what will happen. That's what will happen if any politician who goes inside, outside of this country, you are talking to the people. You have to look at the threshold. You have to look at the threshold that will pass this constitution at referendum stage. There's a threshold. Meeting that threshold is one of the biggest challenges. One of the biggest problems, and it will cost government a huge money to go and campaign against it. Those who are in for it, huge money to go and campaign for it. And, you know, it's going to be another wastage. It's going to be another wastage. So if we don't get what we want, let us find a way how we can get what we want to avoid the wastage. You know, this one is donor funded. This one is donor funded. But the referendum on this one is not going to be donor funded. No. We are going to fund it. So the public already shown us their position. They are all keeping quiet. In fact, they will tell you, go and enact it. We are the final decision makers. So anyway, Honorable Speaker, this is what I have to say, just to show a little dissatisfaction to the CRC, the way they approach in crafting a constitution, and you are crafting a constitution depend on the reality, on what is happening at that present. And if you draft constitution like that, you lead people into a problem. The constitution was actually drafted based on the reality, just what was happening within the country. This is why it is so explicit on the concern on what is happening in the country. And this is what gives this constitution a problem. Honorable Speaker, on that note, I thank you.
Thank you very much. Sorry. Honorable Deputy Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity. Honorable Speaker, I will start my intervention with word of wisdom and to thank the former Attorney General and Minister of Justice for ably bringing these commission's bill to the National Assembly and advise the government with regards to CRC. I think he has done a very good job, Honorable Speaker, and coming back again, Honorable Speaker, he is not around, but the current Attorney General who succeeded him also had the opportunity to bring this 2020 constitutional bill to the National Assembly. They have done a good job. They have made a history, and then it will be in the history books. Honorable Speaker, this is a process, and it's a very long process, and the process will go on for a very long time. Constitution is a very important document. It's the supreme law of the land. So I am very much proud and happy that a constitution of this nature is being drafted by our Gambian, eminent Gambian, able legal fraternity persons who took the charge of this constitution. And Honorable Speaker, they have done a wonderful job as far as I'm concerned. A lot of consultation has been done with regards to this new constitution. And before this constitution, Honorable Speaker, if you can allow me, I will go a little bit far back to the First Republic. In 18 February 1965, Gambia achieved independence. And in 1970, Republican status. A constitution was prepared by then the First Republic. But what was lacking there, Honorable Speaker, was the term limit of the president, which is very important. That warranted our first president to go up to a level of almost 30 years in power. Then the Second Republic, the Constitution, that also is a very good one, but it lacks term limit. And that also moved the second president of the Republic of the Gambia for another 22 years. The issue of term limit, Honorable Speaker, is very key and is very important. It's a control measures to change our leaders. And this constitution, as far as I'm concerned, has captured that. And its way of controlling our leaders, limit them to what the constitution says. The first 5 years, after first 5 years, if you are elected again for the second term, you serve for another 5 years. Honorable Speaker, 10 years for a presidency, personally, I think is enough for me. It's a very big responsibility being a president of the country. So having served 10 years and give opportunity to others, Honorable Speaker, I think it's a move in the right direction. That is the term of office. That was the reason why I'm talking on this term of office of this constitution. For that reason, Honorable Speaker, term of office is captured here and is a move in the right direction. Honorable Speaker, after having said that really, I will go to another interesting point, Honorable Speaker, in the draft constitution where it indicates promotion of agriculture. That is section 2551A. The government shall encourage and support development of agriculture and shall take positive measures to ensure that growth and development of farmers within the aim to achieve food self-sufficiency in the Gambia. I like this portion, and I believe the Constitutional Draft Commission members are real Gambians, and they know the problem of Gambians. That was the reason why, Madam Speaker, this is being captured. And it's a very, very, very good area, and it's include captured. I think every Gambian should be happy about this, because it's a way of promoting our agriculture. Madam Speaker, this country cannot go without agriculture. Agriculture is the backbone of this country, and it is only agriculture that can take us out from the poverty. It is only agriculture that can help us to be food self-sufficient. So if it is captured in the Constitution, Madam Speaker, I personally see it as a very good foresight, and it will help the government of the day to improve on agriculture, to make sure that agriculture progress, to make sure that agriculture become agriculture for the Gambian people. So, Madam Speaker, this is a very good clause, which of course I thank the drafters. Madam Speaker, on the next point that I wanted to talk, Madam Speaker, is about sensitization. Sensitization, Madam Speaker, this constitution, really, I think NCCE should have been seriously engaged and involved in sensitizing Gambians about this constitution. It's a legal document that we find it very difficult to interpret, Madam Speaker. But I think NCC is their role to do that in consultation with the Office of the Minister of Justice to make sure that there is a lot of clarity on this constitution. And Honorable Speaker and Honorable members, being on that, I would propose that our next budget, let NCC be properly budgeted so that they will be able to carry out their functions effectively, because it's very important. People in this country, most people will not understand issues, and they will go about saying things that are not correct, especially with this current trend of the social media in the country and outside the country. So I think this is a good move, Honorable Speaker. That's my suggestion anyway. Honorable Speaker, with regards to the appointment of Seifudu and Alkalo in the 1997 Constitution, Honorable Speaker, page 40, section 58, the President shall appoint a district CFO in accordance with the minister responsible for the local government. Appoint. This one said election. Honorable Speaker, before the Second Republic, First Republic, CFO were elected. But when we come to the Second Republic, they have been appointed. But with this election of the CFO, what I am not agreed with is the term limit. There is no term limit. There is no term limit. When the President of the Republic of the country has a term limit, when the Parliament has a term limit, why CFO being elected and there is no term limit? You want to elect a CFO and leave him to be a CFO throughout all his life. I certainly am not agree with that. If that is what will stand, I will go by 1997 Constitution in appointing them. If you do something wrong, you will be removed. Honorable Minister of Justice, I think this Constitution certainly, there is no perfect Constitution, Madam Speaker, all over the world. But why I like this Constitution is separation of power and the term limit, because this is a control measures that none of our incoming presidents will not overstay in power. Sir Dauda has done a wonderful job for this country, taking this country from colonial rule to independence, Honorable Speaker. But because of no term limit has given us a problem. The military came, we were thinking that really, they said a military of defense, that's correct. They also have done their part. But what is lacking was the term limit. So this term limit alone in this Constitution, Madam Speaker, is very important and is helping this country, is shaping a way for our young leaders, especially the young parliamentarians. The opportunity is there, you can never know. One of them can be a president tomorrow, provided that the opportunity we have, let them make sure that they use that opportunity by educating themselves, improving themselves. The old people are going, it's their turn. There is nothing that can stop them, provided that they take their rightful position in the society. Honorable Speaker, this is what I have as my contribution, and I would appeal and ask all the parliamentarians to make sure that these constitutions move from this parliament. Honorable Speaker, it's a process. It starts with the Constitutional Draft Commission, go by the law, and at the same time, after when they finish, this document was submitted to His Excellency, the President of the Republic. This is what the law says. I don't know, but I know the President of the Republic, together with his cabinet, the executive, of course, including the Justice Minister, who must have been playing a very important role to advise the government. He makes sure that all the legal requirements before it comes to the parliament are met. They have done their part. It is our part now. It is our right, and it is the right of each and every National Assembly member to comment. People's representative, and you are sent here to make sure that you comment on issues of national interest. Now, that's the second stage. First stage, second stage, we are on the third stage. I think if this constitution is passed and the general population of this country is left to them, if they approve in a form of a referendum, Honorable Speaker, if they don't, but really, executive has done their part, National Assembly has done their part. And I think with this fifth legislature, Honorable Speaker, I think we have made history and the legacy. People respect this National Assembly over the other national assemblies. So as a result, with the new dispensation and the democratic system of our country, I think we are doing well. Honorable Speaker, I think this will be my contribution. Coming to Honorable Speaker, citizenship, most of my colleagues talked about it really. Citing an example of America, UK, and alike. This country is Gambia. When you want to go to America, you require a visa. When you want to go to UK, you require a visa. But in the Gambia here, our neighbors, our porous borders are open. People come and stay, live with us. I'm not saying that people should not come, because Gambians go everywhere. But what I am saying is that our citizenship, in my own way, I don't think it should be compared with that of UK and US. It has been indicated that if you want to become a citizen of this country, there is a way, procedurally. Naturalizations are there. There is nothing that stops you. But we have to be very careful, and we have to make sure that we guard our citizenship. I think there was a problem in Ivory Coast with regards to the current president that leads to a longer judicial battle. So with that history, I think we have to be very careful. With that few remarks, Honorable Speaker, I thank you for giving me the floor. And I stand by supporting the bill. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Honorable members, that was the last I had on my list. Sorry, but as I always say, I am not ready to make his or her contribution. And that was the last on my list, but if there is any other honorable member who wishes to take part, whose name was not captured, I will, yes, Majority Leader, I did not have his name, that's why I decided that I would allow anybody who wants to make an intervention. Yes, you can go ahead then.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor, and I also want to join my colleagues, members of the National, for coming up with this bill in 2017. Honorable Speaker, our country is at crossroads, and I think it's very important for us as citizens of this country. We work towards ensuring that good governance, democracy is instituted in this country. We came out from a dictatorship of 22 years. We have seen what had happened over the last 22 years. The development of the 1997 Constitution was done at a rush, and the people who were selected to do it are all citizens, but the consultative process was very limited. I participated in the consultative process in my constituency in Combo South in 1996, and it was done in only one venue, that is Gunjur, with less than 30 participants for the whole of Combo South. So that shows that that consultative process was not very consultative, and the Gambians were not consulted as to what should be in that constitution. And a lot has been said about the development processes that had taken place in the formulation of this constitution. And I think we had been very lucky to have a very good team. Those who are saying that though they do not have more qualified judges or legal-minded people in the drafting of this constitution. But in 1996, when the consultative process was going on, the chairperson of the consultative was a medical doctor by profession, very well educated, and he was able to handle this process. The 2017 CRC Commission is headed by a judge, QC, and also our CC Sabal. Who in this country can tell me that our CC Sabal doesn't know how to draft a constitution?
Just for clarification, it was Justice Quay, a Ghanaian judge who was the president of the chairman of the Constitutional Review Commission.
He was protected by Peters.
No, that was the consult.
Are you, Honorable, can you address, are you referring to the 1996 consultation?
For the Constitution, the Constitutional Review Commission. Yeah, that was, the chairman was Justice Quay, a Ghanaian.
The Ghanaian was part of it. Dr. Landry Peters was also part of it. So what I'm saying in essence, yeah, that's the consultation, yeah, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying in essence, I think we had a very good team that had developed this draft constitution. And the process was very widely done in almost all the villages, in all the constituencies, in all the regions, and most of the institutions were consulted in the drafting of this constitution. I think the beauty about this draft constitution is it has a lot of novelty in some of the sections that were introduced. If you look in the draft constitution, this is the first time that a section is talking about the affairs of the youth in this country. And if we want to be serious in eradicating poverty and ensuring that unemployment is reduced, with 51%, more than 51% of our population, the youths need to be taken care of. And this constitution has given the mandate, this is going to give them the mandate to be able to sit with the government and draw up their plans, resource them fully to be able to run the YEPs and other development projects that are there for the youth. So this is a novelty that we need to work with, and I think it is timely that we look at the problem of the youth, the women, and the vulnerable members of our communities. Honorable Speaker, if you look at certain sections of this constitution, it also talks about leadership. Leadership is the core, and it helps good governance, accountability, and transparency. It helps the people to be more committed and focused, and to be able to work towards their terms of reference when they are appointed as people's representatives or working in the public sector. So all those who are saying that for people who are working in public service should not be engaged in other activities other than the work that they are doing, they want to ensure that productivity and the resources that are put in those department agencies and ministries are fully utilized and people are committed to the work that they are doing. You cannot be doing two things at the same time and there is productivity. It is not going to be possible. So these are issues that the Constitutional Review Committee has looked at. And the Gambia, as a tax-based economy, we need to improve the economic status of the people by ensuring that there is productivity in all over what we are doing. And this is the first time that we have these commissions that are going to be put in the Constitution, the National Human Rights Commission, the Anti-Corruption Bill, the teacher service, the health education, and these are the core areas of development in this country. Social sectors need to be improved. And I think, Honorable Speaker, these are issues that we need to look at. Some of the key things that we also need to look at, if we go to the report of the CRC, as I said, we have been very lucky that they have given us 3 sets of documents. The first one is the explanatory memorandum on the draft constitution, and they also took the trouble of coming up with a comprehensive report of the work that they have done from day one to the submission of the report. And I think this process has been very transparent, and all the processes have been taken through the stages as enshrined in the Act which was passed by the National Assembly. And it is the President who appointed
the members of the commission, all the 8 other members of the commission were elected by the president. If the president commits and appoints these people endorsed by the National Assembly, who are we to say that the work that they have done is not in the interest of the Gambian people? The first instance what we need to do is to scrap the CRC.
Point of order, Madam Speaker. Yes, point of order.
Refer to your relevant section.
Permissible interruption, section 32B. It says to elucidate on a point of clarification. What I want to clarify is that we as legislatures, that's what I'm saying. It's out of order, that's what I'm saying. On point of order 32, permissible interruption, B, to elucidate on a point of clarification. I want to clarify something.
No.
If you are raising a point of order, it would mean that the honorable member has gone out of the remit of the rules.
Honorable Speaker,
so you call him to order.
That's what
But if you want clarification on a certain point, that is a different thing, I think.
I
stand to be corrected, but I think the two are different. A point of order is quite distinct for somebody deviating from the rules. Action or clarification is different from deviating.